Here's a particularly interesting question. Dear Dr. Kleeman, I am totally confused about diets and nutrition. I was brought up thinking that a low-fat diet was the healthiest diet, but now I'm not so sure. Can you clarify this for me? Wow, that's a tough one. You know, there are books written on this subject, but you're absolutely right. There's plenty of research casting doubts on the low-fat diet. The most difficult problem is to separate real science from mere opinion. Now, because it's such a huge subject, I'm going to tackle this in segments. The first segment will be to go over the basic components of nutrition and what ingredients are most closely watched. The second segment will discuss the history of the research and where it has led. So, let's begin with the basic. Food groups. Here we're already on shaky ground, since not everyone agrees on the basic food group categories. If you look to the federal government, it started as a pyramid and evolved to a plate. The plate is divided into 4 groups: fruits, grains, vegetables, and protein, with a small circle sitting where a cup would go called dairy. Unfortunately, in trying to keep it simple, it also becomes a bit misleading. There's no separation of whole grains from refined grains, and fat doesn't show up at all. Fish is hiding somewhere in the protein segment, and there's no mention of sugar and other sweeteners. Now, fruits and vegetables are pretty straightforward, but grains, proteins, and especially fats need a closer look. So let's look at grains first. Grains are part of a larger category called carbohydrates that includes both sugars and starches. Starches are found in grains which are classified as whole grains or refined grains. Put simply, whole grains are good and refined grains are not so good. That means that white bread, white rice, regular pasta, and flour are in the bad category. Now, sugar is naturally found in fruits in the form of fructose or in milk in the form of lactose. The most dangerous sugars are the ones added to processed foods in the form of sucrose. As we will see later, simple carbohydrates are the biggest danger by stimulating spikes in a hormone called insulin, which results in the production of body fat and the development of obesity. Moving on to protein, we have a huge category that includes meat, eggs, fish, and other seafood, as well as beans, peas, soy products, nuts, and seeds. Now, there's some disagreement on how much meat is allowable, but most experts agree that fish is an excellent source of protein and should be consumed at least 2 or more times a week. Eggs were once thought to be unhealthy because of their high cholesterol amount, but that has been largely disproven. Eggs are a great source of protein, as well as what are called essential amino acids, meaning that they're not synthesized by the human body and must be obtained in the diet. One of these is called leucine, and it's important in building muscle. Eggs are also a great source of vitamins, such as vitamin D, which helps build strong bones. Perhaps the biggest controversy of all surrounds fat. Originally, all fat was thought to be bad, but now there's talk about good fat or unsaturated fat and bad fat or saturated fat. There's even more recent evidence that saturated fat may not be as bad as people once thought. Now, unsaturated fat is universally felt to be good in both its forms: polyunsaturated, found in fish and grains, and monounsaturated, found in nuts and olives. On the other hand, there's one fat that most everyone agrees is bad, and that's what's called trans fat. This is found in margarine, crackers, cookies, and unfortunately French fries. Luckily, we're seeing more and more of these foods prepared without trans fat. Now, the dairy group includes milk, cheese, and yogurt. The main benefits from dairy products are calcium and vitamin D. Low-fat milk has all the benefits of whole milk with less fat and fewer calories. This brings us at last to calories, the common thread found in all food groups. Weight is all about calories in and calories out. If we consume more calories than we burn, we gain weight. And if we burn more than we consume, we lose weight. So at the end of the day, our goal is to obtain the best nutrition from our diet while consuming the right amount of calories. Simple, huh? Well, it would be simple if experts could agree on which diet gives us the nutrients we need to stay healthy while at the same time preventing chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease and cancer. Unfortunately, as we will see in the next segment, there is still some disagreement on what constitutes a healthy diet. So next, let's explore the evolution of a healthy diet. Tune into our next segment and you'll find out all about it.